Hello, I'm Connie Rotella, and welcome to our Triple Threat podcast. I'm super excited to begin this journey with all of you. Are you ready to put your best foot forward and show up with confidence? This tool is here to help you evolve into the artist you are meant to be. Just always remember to believe, become, and be ready. Add a new skill set or refine what you already know. So here we go. On today's industry talk, I have two powerful women. I love them. Aiza, Kamana Ntibarikure. Welcome to Industry Talk. I am so excited to have you. Kamana is actually in BC and Aiza is in Toronto and I'm in Montreal, and we're still going to be able to talk and discover more on these ladies because they are wonderful, exceptional, and they're directors, women directors in need. And they are here to speak to us about the industry. I want to just start off to congratulate you ladies, because seriously, the work you've done, I've known you from here, from Montreal, and the work you've done here is so impressive. And the fact that you girls left and did what you followed your heart, and that takes guts. Not everybody is able to just say, hey, let's go. And plus you're two sisters on a mission, on a big mission. And you complete each other in such a beautiful way. So let's go. Let's start the floor. How did you guys get started, and what is it for you that this industry is calling for?
Wow, those are great questions. Well, first of all, thank you for having us, Connie. This is great. Mm-hmm. How did we get started? It started in the womb. Like for me, it started in high school. My high school had our high school had a music department, and they did musicals every year. And that's where I was like, wow, what is that? And how do I do that? And I've followed that lead ever since. And, for this show, it's just a relationship with my sister and everything that I feel like we've poured everything that we are into this show. Mm-hmm. And it's a gift. It's a gift to the people, but it's also a gift for ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. But you have to talk about the show. So you're speaking about the show. What is it called?
Right. So our series is called Real Blackity Talk. It was written, created, co-directed by me, by Kamana, by our production team, Balling L Productions, and it's all about elevating and amplifying the voices of Black women and non-binary Black people across Canada. And as my sister just said, we poured so much, all of who we are into the show. So there's going to be music, skits, poignant, deep conversations, jokes on jokes, looks on looks. We came here to serve, and I'm really proud because we did that. We did it. When you talk about the journey, I grew up watching my sister on stage. I remember with my elementary school, we went to check her out when she was in high school. Shout out to l'École Secondaire Saint-Luc and their beautiful music program and the teachers there who really nurtured our talent and created a space for us to not just play, but also learn how to work in teams. And they trusted us, they really did. And that gave us a nice, solid sense of confidence as we went out there. And so after seeing my sister do The Lion King in high school, I was like, same thing. I was like, how can I do this? Like, you mean I can get on stage in a costume, sing some songs, and then people clap for me? How can I make this a thing? Like, you know what I mean? And so it was that. And then, Kamana went to study music in Cégep. And at that point, I was like, I already went to the same high school. Even though I want to study music, I'm not about to go to the same school to study music as well. Like, I got to carve my own path. And so I went to study theater at Dawson College. And it was a 3-year program in professional theater. And what's interesting is that as I was acting, my love for music only grew, and it kind of fueled my desire to perform and write songs. And so that's when I started that dance between my love for the stage, my love for, playing a character, and then just telling my stories through music. And then when it comes to Kamana and I, literally at every turn, we've collaborated on different projects, right? Like,
you're a perfect match, because my first question would be, sisters fight. Do you girls fight? Like, how do you even stay on track?
We actually don't fight. Sometimes
No.
like we disagree on things, but it's just, I think it's, because we're also different people.
Yeah.
Right.
Believe it or not. And sometimes we disagree on like, artistic choices, but we always come to a compromise. I actually feel like if we got into a fight, I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah.
Kamana, you're the older sister, so doesn't it feel like, oh, especially that Aiza just spoke highly about you, saying that she saw you, you inspired her, she wanted to do the same thing, she found this joy, and you explained it so well, Aiza, thank you, because any students and parents listening or teachers, you see the difference you can make in someone's life, and look at them now. They're actually solid and confident because of this training and this love and passion that these teachers brought into your lives in high school and in
Absolutely.
elementary. That's where it starts. This is where the passion starts. It's like you asked yourself your first why. How, I like that. How do I do that? Right. And then it's like, I can do that. I could actually go on stage and put a costume on and people will applaud. So see, we always ask each other the why. Why do we do this or whatever? But it happened so early. And then your gut feeling just led the way, your heart led the way. And now there's this powerful message you want to communicate with everyone, which is very deep. And you collaborate as sisters, as two powerful individual, because you both have your story, you both have your journey. I'm pretty sure you both had your struggles, but you still come together even stronger in order to make an impact. And as you said before, Aiza, to serve, and that's just wonderful. What is the biggest mission? Like, what do you feel like you are at now? Where are you at now that you say, hey, I'm happy. I'm at this spot right now, and this is where I want to move forward.
I am happy that we did this show. Like, honestly, writing for TV is not the same thing as writing for theater. It's not the same thing as, it's like very specific. And, you would think that, writing in your own voice is like, oh, it's easy, but it's still tricky, and when it's the first time you do something, it's exciting, it's scary, like all those things, but we pushed through. And now our show, Real Blackity Talk, is gonna stream on CBC Gem on March 18th. Like, it's just, it's the dream,
It's the dream come to life.
It is the dream come to life. And it started, and that's the fact that it started with us going live on Instagram in April 2020, about a month into the pandemic. We were in lockdown, we were living together, and we were wondering what the heck was going on, We were lost like the rest of the world. And we had always talked about, one day we should have a show. Like, we should just do a show. Like, we're a riot, like, let's make some people laugh. We have experience. There has to be a way for us to share our experiences with people. And so we started going live on Instagram in April, and then something like 2-3 weeks later, the CBC released their Creative Relief Fund, which was a program that was funneling a lot of money into original Canadian content. And when we saw that pop up, we just took it as a sign. We had nothing to lose. Here we are going live on Instagram, but hey, we have an idea for a talk show. Let's pitch it. And then when we pitched it, a few weeks later, we found out that out of 9,000 applicants, 10 projects were selected in our category, and we happened to be one of them. And so it all felt very fated, destined. And we followed our gut and we followed our excitement, because when we were going live, we might as well have been talking to 1 million people. We were so excited and so invested. And I think the few people who tuned in really felt that energy. And I think that's the energy that carried us forward. And as we moved into our development deal and started fleshing out the concept of this talk show, we realized, wow, this is an opportunity not only for us to tell our stories, but to bring other incredible Black women, non-binary Black folk with us to tell their own bits of stories, talking about topics that are universal, you know, and but through our lens, which honestly, there's not enough of us, you know, out there in mainstream media, just existing, honestly, just solely existing. And so I am so proud of us. I'm so proud of us. And you know, for anyone listening, follow your excitement. You know, we did not know back in April 2020 that, you know, we would now be releasing a series on CBC Gem, that we would be producers. Like, you know, like we didn't know this. We just ran with it. And also we showed up for it. And like Kamana said, it was challenging, but we did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's like, it's a lot of work. And also, we learned that it's not because you get a development deal that you got a production deal right away. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Those are
Yeah.
two, like, so we've learned so much. And also kind of when we tell the story, it kind of feels like, you know, how Aiza was saying it was faded and all of that. And I feel that, but also we have been in this industry
For a
long time. Okay. I just
Yes,
want that
girl.
to be said.
Yes,
we have been in
girl.
this game.
This is not no overnight success. You know
It's
what I'm
not.
saying?
No, and you know what? It's important that we touch upon that because you both worked hard. You both are very well respected and known in the industry. You just climbed up the ladder by doing what you do the best, you know? Like I mean, and it was meant to be because you know a lot of people crumbled in April 2020 and they didn't
Right.
know what to do. But what you both did, you joined forces and said, hey, let's do this for fun. Again, the fun word for me is always what I hear because I'm watching you both with a smile with this beautiful sunlight on your face. And they're literally like radiant in front of me here. But so you started something not knowing that the result was going to end up being on this huge level. It was definitely
Right.
meant to be, but you were ready for this opportunity because of the work experience, your work ethic.
Yeah.
And I know you girls work hard, and when you deliver anything, it's going to be to the point, and it's going to be the best way that will represent your work and who you are, because you're obviously you follow your heart. And it's not success, you know, you can change with by the time, you know, you lose yourself, but you girls are so connected, and that's why it was meant to be this big at this time of your life, you know? So
Aw, I received
I
that.
congratulations.
received that. I received
Thank
that.
you.
It's
Yeah,
true.
And we
it
are
is
proud
true.
of you. We are proud of you here in Montreal. And everybody should be able to acknowledge that if you have a dream or a passion or anything you want to start, it comes with the work, obviously, you said it, but this true essence that lives within, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
whys were very, very well answered from day one, you know, why you are doing what you do
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And
why you need to serve on this kind of level.
it's also it's your anchor, you know, because it is easy to get um sidetracked. It's easy to get sidetracked, but remembering why you're doing something
Who you're
is,
doing it for.
yeah, who we're doing it for. It's huge, and it's our guiding light, you know.
Mhm.
And it feels good. It feels good to remember why. And when I look at our Black Spirits, who you're going to get to know on the show, they're a team of beautiful, interesting, multifaceted people that we've invited on the show to talk about their experiences. And when I see the Black Spirits, it just reminds me that this was so much bigger than just Kamana and me. This
Mhm.
is about the community. This is about all of us. And it feels so good to be able to have been vessels for this kind of art, you know, this kind of message. throughout, we were very intentional. We created a space where we're like, not even fear can get in the way here. We have to communicate our fears to each other, acknowledge them, because when you don't acknowledge your fear, it wreaks havoc in your life. So you acknowledge your fear, and it could have been anything. It could have been like, I'm freaking out because we have a meeting on Monday with our execs, and I'm not sure that I'll be able to, hold the conversation with the proper lingo, let's say, and it's like, I see you, I received that. Now it's been expressed. We are not bringing that with us in the room on the Monday. You know what I mean? And it was always like we just bounced off each other with that. And I think being super intentional helped us keep that clear focus to the very end. No matter what the obstacles were, we were like, I'm not going to sabotage this. The sabotage has no place here. Only growth and even if I'm scared, I'm going to show up because I must be ready if this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So powerful. You both had each other and you were both anchored in your heart, in your truth, and acknowledging what was coming up. I'm so happy that I interviewed you 1 week before this launch because everything's going to change after March 18. You know that, right?
I mean,
I'm here for it.
I'm ready. Yes, send in the vibes.
Yes.
You girls are going to be vibing on a higher level. You said you want to serve. Well, get ready because something big is going to hit. I just know it. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow everything away. So it's actually amazing to hear both of you speak in such a beautiful, honest, open way. And I hope you get inspired, listeners listening in, because you too can do it. If you had any words of wisdom to share with them of artists, maybe, losing their why or thinking they want to do a certain thing and it's not working, or they're on their path and, they're not getting seen and heard, because the big thing is being seen and heard, right, in this industry. Right. So what would you share with them?
I would say that the thing that is the most important, really, I think, is to be authentic. Mm-hmm. Because no one is you. No one is like you. And people will relate to your story. People will relate to what you're going through. But how you see the world is like a shade of color that is unique to yourself. Mm. And it's like, I feel like your life is spent trying to share that shade with everybody else. And we need that. We need it. We need you to be authentic. And it's not always easy, but it is crucial.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I would add that it's important to remember that you don't have to have it all figured out to take the first step. Take it one step at a time. And, those steps that you take, you'll never get it back. So you might as well just be present and do your best to trust that it's falling into place. Mm-hmm. Anything that I've ever done that I'm really proud of, that I feel the most grateful, proud, excited about, were things that I allowed myself to be fully present for, and when I think about our journey with Real Blackity Talk, had someone told me in advance the kind of roller coaster we would be sent on, I would have said, I'm not ready for this. I'm not going to do it.
This is too crazy.
This is too crazy. This is not meant for me, clearly. I've never done this before, so I guess it's not meant for me. And the universe knew that. And so it was one step at a time. And the stretch was real, but I also was met with, I faced my fears, but also my greatness and the potential that I hold, and to realize as you're doing something that you're capable of so much more than you thought.
Yeah.
That is what you realize when you take it one step at a time and you let life show you, instead of you trying to plan everything and then staying stuck, paralyzed, and doing nothing,
Yeah.
Letting life show you. Letting life show you. I just got a flash while you were speaking, and I can't wait to see the encounter you're going to have with Oprah Winfrey one day.
Woo! Woo!
Receive that.
Woo! I received that, Connie. Woo!
My intuition and my gut always literally speaks the truth. And this comes from within right now. It's not me just saying something because I'm just going to say something. But you girls are going to land there. Watch what the universe has for you girls.
It's on record.
It's totally on record. And I'll be the first one to have said it.
Oh, we receive it. Thank you so much, Connie.
Because you're going to change not only one life at a time. It's like I said, something big is going to happen out of all this. And where can we find you girls?
Well, we are on all the platforms at Real Blackity. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. And the whole series is a big, huge conversation starter. So, hit us up. We're going to have these conversations. We're going to have a good time. You can also find me on Instagram at Call Me Kamana.
Yes.
Call Me Kamana. Yes, I love
it. And Aiza, where can we find you?
Girl, you can find me at AIZABBY on Instagram, on TikTok. My TikTok is starting to pop, y'all. I'm really happy about that. But most importantly, make sure to go check out Real Blackity Talk on CBC Gem as of March 18th. Let us know what you think about the show. We want to connect with you. We cannot wait for you to join the fam.
We cannot wait for this moment right here. Wow. And you know what? They're so young. You're still so young. There's so much more coming up. There's going to be so much more. Directors in power. Finally, we're going to have two beautiful ones that are working their way up, because I'm pretty sure there's other series that are going to come after this too.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned and find out. If we're going to leave this show, what would you say? This one sentence that carried you for life and that is still very true to you. If you wake up every morning and you look at yourself in the mirror.
Everything I touch will turn to gold.
Wow.
I think we got it.
Wow. Enough said. I love you girls. Thank you so much for spending.
Thank you so much for having us, Connie.
Thank you, Connie.
Seriously,
so good.
I love you girls, and everything you bring to the city, everything you bring to people's lives, and what you're going to be doing next is going to impact in a huge level. So keep doing what you do, because you have a message that's bigger than right now. And I think you both know what you have there to carry and to do. So good luck. Have a great day.
Thank you, Connie. Talk soon.
All right.